Greetings everyone. This time we're gonna have a look at a bit of an Atari ST classic. At least this game was a classic on the 8-bit systems, but to me I would say it was also a classic on the ST. It's International Karate, published by System 3 Software in late 1986, possibly early 1987, I'm not entirely sure. It might have been released around Christmas in 1986. It's developed by Andromeda Software, which apparently is a Hungarian game developer. I did not know this. I always assumed they were English or possibly American. But no, it's an Hungarian game development studio that was active, I think, primarily in the 80s. And of course, this was a really early ST release, being released in 86, and I would say it's one of the more visually impressive ones. Most of the games at this time on the ST weren't that good looking, but the graphics here are really nice, at least as far as I'm concerned. And I remember seeing preview screenshots in computer and video games in 1986 and being completely blown away by the graphics. It looked so awesome, and these pictures were a big reason for me wanting to get an Atari ST, which of course I eventually did. I had a Spectrum at the time, and the Spectrum wasn't exactly colourful, so seeing these amazingly high-res colourful images from the ST, or from ST games in general, just completely got me set up to get one as quickly as possible. And okay, let's just admit it, I'm a graphics whore. Don't judge me, alright? And I remember I really liked the intro of this game, because back then you would usually just get, in best cases, a title screen. Not even a pretty one at that, but here you had this really cool animated intro. And of course you also got the music, which I think is from the Commodore 64 version by Rob Hubbard, right? Or am I confusing it? I think it is. Works pretty well. And yeah, this is a pretty awesome little intro. Very simple, but yeah, I really like it. And the graphics of the game are, as I said, really rather nice. It's got some beautiful backgrounds, as you can see here in the demo mode. And they are created by a Hungarian called Sultan Toth, also known as Sultan. And yeah, I just think they work so well. They're just beautifully done. Maybe a little bit too much dithering going on, but back in 1986 this was absolutely mind-blowing. And he did work on some other ST games as well, and I think he continued working as a game developer in the 90s, at least according to Moby Games, but I'm not entirely sure if that is correct, because there's apparently quite a few Sultan Top out there, and sorry for butchering the pronunciation of his name, I'm pretty sure I'm doing that. So I'm not entirely sure what he's been up to since he stopped working at Andromeda Software. But I did actually find an interview with him in a Hungarian documentary called Mole Man 4 Longplay, released in 2017. And I'm going to put a link in the description because this looks pretty interesting. It's a documentary about Hungarian game developers. I don't think it's just about Andromeda Software, but also other ones. And both Sultan Toth and Istvan Zeri, the coder of the game, are interviewed in this documentary, and I do believe there's English subtitles, so I'm definitely going to be checking this one out. And as I said, I'm going to put a link in the description, so check it out. But let's not delay any further. Let's just press F2 to start a one-player game. And I'm just going to show you something here that's pretty cool. If you just don't move, stand still. I'm the white one, by the way. The red dude is all of a sudden like, what's this dude doing? Come on, fight me. And he's like, come on. I just think it's a pretty neat touch. And he's not actually punching me. He's just like, come on, don't be a wuss. That's just a really neat little detail. And I think he does eventually punch you when he has enough of me standing about like a freaking statue. So let's just get going. And this is pretty standard fare karate game of the time. For the time, I should say. And oh shit, I got punched in the arse. Highly unfortunate and very painful. Let's see if we can get this done. As I remember it, I think it wasn't that. Oh, he punched me in the nuts. It's so amazing that the look on the player's face when you get punched in the nuts. But yeah, as I said, I don't think this one is super difficult. I seem to remember getting quite far, but don't think I ever finished it. Probably because I am absolutely, ouch, rubbish. Punched in the nuts again. The match is over. And by the way, apparently there's a 2-player co-op mode in this one. It doesn't really work because I've only got myself here. So yeah, it's a pretty neat touch. I don't think I knew about this, to be honest. So yeah, you can play with a friend co-op against the computer. And to activate that, just press F4. And of course, there's also you can also fight against a friend if you want to do that. So here we are in Egypt, I think at least, and it's pretty nice. Again, the background is pretty cool. Like it. And the Sphinx is actually blinking. Nice little touch. And I'm trying to get to grips with the controls there. I can't quite remember how to do this. Let's see, I can block by just pressing fire, and I can jump, kick him in the head. I'm just going to jump past him. Oh, balls. It's kind of hard getting the hits in here. Sometimes it seems like the hitboxes are a little bit off, to be honest. And of course I suck, which doesn't help at all. Come on, get over here, Red. No, can't do that. Yeah, punched in the back, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. It's totally worth it. I seem to remember this was a good thing to do. You could really keep doing this. As long as he jumps forward, you can usually kick him in the face, which is, of course, a bit cheap. And to turn around, you press fire and down, I believe. Ah, I totally towed him in the face there. But that didn't work. Oh, I lost. Yeah, I think you win by points. So let's try this again. Yeah, the backdrops are really, really nice. As I said, a little bit too much dithering going on maybe, but yeah, I don't care. They just look so amazing. Ah, I didn't get the controls right. I wanted to punch you in the crotch there, but that didn't quite work. Come on, get over here. I think there were some other things you got to do later on as well in the game, like punch stuff, like mini games, but I can't quite remember and I haven't managed to get there. Ah, crap! Come on. Yeah. Oh, what? Didn't I get any points for that? Really? Ah, come on. We both knocked each other out. There's quite a few backgrounds here, and we are now, I think, in Hawaii. And there's actually some pixelated breasts in the background. Quite amazing for its time, right? Pixel porn. And they even dance about a bit. Come on, why are you attacking away from me? Come on. Turn around, damn you. Yeah, sometimes the red player just glitches out. And I wonder about that signature down to the right on that background picture. If that is actually graphics by someone else. Ow, my foot. Maybe not created by Istvan? Oh, Sultan, sorry. But I think he did all of the graphics for the game. And again, they are awesome. I keep repeating myself, I know. And I did play this a fair amount mainly because of the graphics. The gameplay isn't that amazing, to be honest. I mean, it's a standard karate game, not that much fun. But well animated, and as I said, the graphics, the backgrounds look pretty damn awesome. And I can't quite remember if I ever got to those mini games that I talked about. Ah! Come on, come on, come on. I can do this. Oh, it's so hard to get the hits to connect sometimes. It feels like you're supposed to be able to punch Mr. Red here, but no, you just kind of go straight through. Damn, this is much harder than I remember it. I shouldn't have said that it was easy, but I do remember getting, you know, a fair distance into the game, more or less. Or I could just kick him in the chest like that. Full point, thank you. Oh, I don't know, he can get me when he's standing on top of me, but I can't get him. That is mildly frustrating. What? Oh, you just barely touched my toe! If you just keep pressing F2, the game will restart, so you can actually go to the country you prefer. So I want to go to Japan. There we are. Mount Fuji in the background, looking very nice indeed. So let's exact some violence on this person here. Yeah, that works. It's a bit cheap, but I think, as I've said before, if you keep doing that and you get the timing down, you can get pretty far. But of course, getting the timing down isn't entirely easy. The red player is a bit tricky compared to some other fighting games, shall we say. You shouldn't do that, but he keeps doing it. I'm a one-trick pony. One-trick karate pony. Yeah, don't get anywhere near me, you filthy red-clad bugger. Oh, hello! How do I do this again? Is it like... No, it's probably timed... Ah, I didn't remember how to do it. That's sad. Oh, he keeps getting me in the nuts. At least I think so. Or is he just kicking me in the feet? I'm not sure. Alright, let's see if I can come up with some new tricks here. Come over here. I've got a new trick up my sleeve. Well, that didn't quite work, did it? Oh, really? I thought you tasted my foot there. Apparently not so much the case. Here you go. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm still a one-trick pony, but you know what? I want to move forward here and get to that minigame again. It hurts to be you, Red. Ah, you got away from me. You got away from me. What are you attacking? What are you doing over there? It's a bit weird. The AI is certainly not perfect. Yeah, the power of my foot is just amazing. And this is also interesting how the red player just decides to not do anything. Sometimes he just gets stuck and decides, nah. And I think I'm also like, what's he doing? What's he doing? What? I think we reached the minigame here. Let's see how to get this done. Get ready and go! Nope. Not sure what to do here, really. My cheesy kick to the chest move has really got me quite far here. So maybe we can get to the next minigame. Don't hold your breath, but I'm going to try. Yeah, this is filled with cheese, really. Alright, I think we got to the second minigame here, which is pretty cool. Don't think I've ever seen this. See if we can get it done. I'm not sure. I think I should just kind of dodge and not punch these things. It's going surprisingly well here. Still alive. Still alive. Is there an end to this? Not sure. Maybe I just should keep going till I die. Oh no. Oh, my foot. Crap. Yeah, not sure if there's too much else to discover in the game. I think there's only 2 minigames really, and I don't think there's any more screens to discover. It's going to be the same stuff over and over again. So yeah, maybe not the most amazing game gameplay-wise. It is your standard fighting game for the time, I suppose. And the AI isn't that amazing. And honestly, I'm not a fan of fighting games anyway, so... yeah, it's just the reason I like this one is just because of the graphics, and as I've said, I'm a graphics whore. And I couldn't find any reviews of the game because most likely it's such an early game that there weren't really any ST magazines about, and the other magazines didn't really review all of the games that were released in the early days. So yeah, not a bad game, all things considered. It hasn't aged that well, but yeah, not terrible. Could be fun for a little bit, but yeah, not amazing gameplay wise, but graphics, I think they still hold up quite well. So guys, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me on Patreon. That will allow me to make more videos, and more importantly, more in-depth videos. which is something I quite enjoy. So please consider that. There's a link in the description. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.